Ponyfans.com here with senior cornerback Sterling Moore. First day of preseason workouts, but you've spent all summer out in the sun running. How does the conditioning of the team look now compared to when you first got here a year ago?
They look good. I mean, I've never seen a class come in here and just beast all the 220s like this. I know last year when I came in and the guys that I came in with, we didn't know what to expect, and it killed us. But coming out here actually running them after practice, and they still did this well, it was surprising. But it's kind of what I expected from all the running we've done this summer.
A lot of guys get to college and they say, I knew how to run in high school, but being in shape is a different thing. How is your conditioning different than a year ago when you arrived?
It's above and beyond where I was last year. I was in shape when I came here. At least I thought I was, but in my mind I was. But when I got here, they proved I wasn't in shape. I wasn't in college football shape, and I mean, it's just a whole nother level of conditioning than it is in high school or junior college.
How much of the increased enthusiasm and energy in the working out was a result of that victory in Hawaii in December? A
lot of it. I mean, we had more guys here this offseason than we did last offseason, and I think that's just a product of winning. And everybody's excited for this year and the hype that's coming in, and we just don't want to disappoint, the fans and the school and everybody like that. So we want to come in here and work hard.
You spent some time watching today, limping on the sidelines. Tell us what's bothering you and how serious it is.
I got turf toe right now. At first it was pretty serious. I've stayed off of it for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and it's starting to get better. It still hurts here and there when I do planting and cutting, so I'm going to take it easy on that. I'll probably do all the straight ahead running and everything, but I'll probably just take some time off as far as cutting and planting. I just hope to be ready by the time we go against the offense, probably midway through next week.
A lot of times you hear an athlete talk about turf toe as something that can linger throughout a large part of the season. Is there any way is it light enough that you'll be able to get past it at some point during the season, or do you expect this to be bothering you all the way through the whole year?
I'm hoping I can get through it. Really, I just talked to Coach Jones, and he said the same thing. It's one of those things that can linger on throughout the whole season. That's not what he wants. He just told me, I want to make sure you're 100, 110% before you even come back and try to go full speed. So I hope it doesn't linger through the season. I feel like I can get over it, but we'll see what happens.
Secondary lost a lot of faces since last year. Brian McCann, Rock Dennis, Bryce Hudman, Darius Bell. I know you can't tell really people playing after one day of practice, but in terms of just the conditioning and the work ethic that you've seen from some of these young guys and the running over the summer, any of them standing out to you yet, or is it too early for that?
Yeah, there's guys standing out. Richard Crawford, the JUCO corner that came in, he looks real good. Chris Parks, the freshman, he's a monster when it comes to the conditioning stuff. I didn't really see him out there in the 7-on-7 in the summer because his workout schedule kind of conflicted with it. But from what I've seen from him running, he's a monster. Sorrell's good. We should be a good secondary this year. Surprisingly, even though we lost a lot of people, I think we're going to surprise some people.
You obviously did some 7-on-7 during the voluntary workouts over the summer. What were your impressions of the offense? Kyle now has a year under his belt. JJ's no longer on the scout team. Talk about those two quarterbacks and then maybe some of the young wide receivers that you got to go up against over the summer.
Yeah, Kyle and JJ, they're both real good. They both make they're tough to go against because now that they both have a year into the system, they kind of know what we're going to do on defense. So it's kind of tough for us. We have to mix it up to kind of disguise things. But Kyle's just above and beyond where he was last year, and he's had a lot of growth. I always see him in the film room, and JJ has. I've never seen somebody arm as strong as JJ. JJ's gonna sling it, and he's not afraid to let it go. He's not afraid to take some risks, but that's what you need sometimes as a quarterback. And as far as the receivers, Jeremy Johnson's good. For him to play quarterback in high school and him to really come in here and play receiver, he's good. Keenan really surprised me. First day he came out, first pass he caught was behind him, and he just stuck one hand out there and caught it with no gloves on. And his hands are big, his arms are long, so he's gonna be one to watch.
You mentioned Jeremy Johnson. The first day, I think, that he was out there doing 7-on-7 with you guys, it looked like he'd never lined up to run a pass route before. Yeah. What has been the biggest adjustment for him that you've seen lining up across from him in terms of getting more comfortable and smoother in running routes?
Probably setting up the defense. Right now he's just running the route, and he's kind of tipping off what he's doing. And he'll come up to me and ask me, did you know I was running this? And I'll be like, yeah, I can kind of tell by the way you're lining up, by your leans. So once he figures out his routes, he'll be a lot smoother.
All right, it's relatively cool at 98 degrees or whatever it is today. What's the How do you get through two-a-days when the next week is supposed to be 100+ every day?
Cold tub. It's simple as that. Cold tub. Cold tub's gonna be packed with everybody. It's packed right now, but cold tub and Gatorade, hydrate. It's the biggest thing. But it's also mental. If your mind tells you to keep going, you're gonna keep going. Your body's always gonna tell you to shut down. It's gonna be in pain. You're gonna hurt, but your mind's gonna tell you to keep going.